Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy John Megacycle here on an episode of Civilization 2 Test of Time. Um, I don't really know how to start this, so I guess I'll just blab on like I usually do. This is one of the granddaddies of turn-based strategy gaming for me. Civilization, Colonization, Alpha Centauri, Master of Orion. So many good turn-based strategy games. Civilization, even today, Civ 6 is a turn-based strategy game. So, you got a recipe that works, stick with it, see what happens. This music is crazy loud for me, so all I'm actually hearing is the music and not my voice. There's no way to turn it down. It's either off or not. Even when I mess with the Windows settings, I don't get any good deal. So let's just get started, then we can get on with the explanations and stuff. Single-player game, original game, new game. Normal is fine. Yeah. I like to play on Prince difficulty. Any harder, like King, Emperor, and Deity, gets really, really messy in terms of people happiness. Warlord and Chieftain gets too easy in those regards, and I'll explain the functionality of that later. Prince is fine. 7 Civilizations. I usually play on Restless Tribes. It doesn't much matter. Yeah, whatever. Customize the rules. There's a few rules that I have set that makes the game a lot more playable. For me, simplified combat, flat world, doesn't actually matter. Let's shut that off. At least simplified combat and don't restart eliminated players. I'll explain why simplified combat after we're out of here. Male, Greeks, Alexander, classical form style, perfect. Okay, so let's just take a second about the simplified combat. What we have is our first unit. It's called a settler. Settlers are used for founding cities, and they're also used for upgrading terrain tiles. Either if it's like a plains, for example, building irrigation ditches and roads. If it's a mountain, building mining complexes so you can get the resources of the earth back. With simplified combat on, the settlers actually can defend themselves. I don't know what the difference is between simplified and non-simplified, but what happens is the settlers can actually win against barbarians, and it really helps. Anyhow, not getting into too many details. I don't have any in-game music, so I'll just add something just as like background. Otherwise, this is going to get very annoying hearing my voice. Welcome to Civilization 2. We start off as a settler. Sometimes we start with 1, sometimes we start with 2, sometimes we start with different technologies and that sort of a thing. We are supposed to build the Greek peoples to the ultimate goal. There's actually 2 of them. It's either A, destroy everybody, or B, flee to Alpha Centauri in a spaceship. So either of those are acceptable. The game ends either when we get annihilated or the year 2020. We can get annihilated by a couple of ways. If our species just gets, or our culture, if our Greek culture gets completely eliminated off the map, we lose. Another way to lose is if somebody else gets to space faster than we do. Another way we can lose is if the world dies. And I say that because once we get into nuclear weapons and pollution, those accelerate global warming. After a certain point, the game is unrecoverable, and everyone loses. So, we got to keep those things into consideration, but we're just starting off. This game is fairly simplistic versus a lot of the more complex turn-based strategy games and real-time strategy games. I can't compare this to Stellaris. I can't compare this to Civ 5 or Civ 6 with giving it any justice whatsoever. If I absolutely had to, I'll compare this to Civ, because I played every single Civ. This could be like against Civ 5, I guess, because I know that one the best. There's no city-states. There's no religion. In Civ 5, you can found your own religion and build up and spread religion and culture and stuff like that. There's none of that. This is very build a base, build a city, build improvements, improve the area around you, negotiate with other nations, be on top. That's pretty much the gist. Let's see what else. The map, the world map, status of what I've got selected and everything, and that's it. The only thing I've changed in here was under game options. I believe I said show enemy moves, fast piece slide, and that's it. Everything in this game is very situational. I don't think there's a best, you gotta do this every single time to win. Other nations will become more militaristic, and be more on the offense, and you've got to prepare yourself for that eventuality. Maybe sometimes you're on an island, you can just rush science, get on the spaceship, and get the hell off Earth. That works too. Really quick, if you're not familiar with these kinds of games, I do want to give, like, I don't know, a 5-minute refresher course on how these games function. If you're already familiar with Civ, you can pretty much just skip ahead a couple of minutes. And that's about it. Each of these tiles, a lot like colonization, if you've seen any of my stuff there, each tile represents a certain amount of production, food, or trade that can be used when the earth is worked, or the soil is worked, or the sea is worked, or mountains, or whatever you want to call it. Whenever you work a tile as a settler, it produces certain things. So let's go ahead and check terrain types just so I can show you. What we've got here is a forest, we've got some plains, and some stuff. So when I build my city, when a worker works on plains, they'll get 1 food, 1 shields, 0 trade. Food is used to sustain your peoples. People eat food. Any troops that you're supporting may or may not eat food that they need to keep living. Shields are the idea of production. So 1 production unit is regarded as 1 shield. Everything in this game requires a certain amount of shields, and that's how production is kept. So how much industrial work can you get out of a land? And trade. Trade represents either finance, as in taxes. It can be also regarded as science, I mean, it's just called science, or luxury. Luxury are high-end products that make people happy. So trade is broken down to those 3 things, as either taxable income, science income, or luxury income. When we start off, we have a kingdom, we have a tax rate. This better demonstrates, man, this resolution is going to be really hard to read. I'll do some zooming in and such. This is what we have. We are currently at despotism. We have a maximum rate of 60%, which means these 3 things that are broken down, taxes, science, and luxuries, can only go as high as 60%. I don't have a city, ergo I don't have any income. None of this really matters right now. Discoveries every 10 turns for how much science I'm producing. I don't think I'm producing any science, so that's interesting. We're gonna hit OK. Now, for what we see here, this is how much a city can harvest or work. I've been using the term work, like you're working the land to produce something. It's either, again, a food, a shield, or a trade. Whatever it is, you're working the land to produce something. This is the area that any city can work. So if I built right here on this corn, this is how much I can work. It doesn't expand, it doesn't grow. In Civ 5, 6, and I think maybe even in 4, when you build a city, you can grow and develop and purchase extra land and blah 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 blah, but this is an incredibly simplistic version. To be honest, it's my favorite. So I'm zoomed in quite a bit. I've got a fairly high-res version of this game, but I don't want to see all this darkness. It doesn't really help me be a good strategist, or I guess tactician. So when I talked about land basics, this is a mystery hut. I don't know exactly what these things are called, but when you take a unit and you walk over it, you'll get a random event. Let's hope it's not just barbarians immediately. Hey, 50 gold, awesome. I usually do just a little bit of exploring. 50 gold, okay, I just need to colonize, get started here. I probably wasted a ton of time, but Athens is founded. Oh, let's be clear about something really up front. I have not played this game in, like, again, 20 years. I haven't been able to find a working copy, and I was able to find on, like, Abandonia or some abandonware site, I was able to find this, gave it a good look over, virus scan, and the whole 9 yards, and it works nice. So I'm going off of a lot of arcane knowledge here, so please bear with me. City resources, this is what our city is producing. 2 food, 0 taxes, 0 luxury, 1 science, 2 net production. My city itself has a production of 2 food, 1 shield, 1 trade. I have a singular person here who is working this tile to produce 2 food and 1 shield. That means 4 total food, 2 total shields, 1 total trade. This person here is eating 2 food. So that's minus the 4 minus the 2 equals 2. Of the taxes, luxury, and science, I did say I wanted 60% of my trade income to go to science. So that's why we're getting 1 net science and 2 net production. This is our build order. Right now we're building a phalanx. A phalanx is a very strong classical defensive unit. Its stats are broken down, and everything in this game is broken down to stats of attack, defense, movement. So 1-2-1, which means this phalanx does a 1 in terms of attacking, a 2 in terms of defensive, and a 1 in terms of movement. It also has its own HP, its own hit points. So, that being said, phalanx is an excellent choice for defensive units. I also have structures and other things that I can build down here, known as improvements. Over here, as already mentioned, are a list of all of our citizens. Based on our citizens' temperament, if they are angry with our administration or they're happy with our administration, their icons will be different here. It does not matter if the icons are represented as male or female. That has no bearing on the game whatsoever. But you'll see some differences in the icon in that regard, and also depending on what age you're in, there'll be different dresses, and I call them dresses, like a headdress. Some will have wigs when you get to that age. I think industrial age. As you get later to the scientific era, people will dress more contemporary, blah, 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 blah. All we really care about here is how many people, how many are mad, how many are happy. And we'll see that. The happy ones usually dress in green. The angry ones usually dress in red. Athens is the name of our city, our population, our national treasury. Any information about the... Oh, I don't have any units here, so no info. Support would show us who we are supporting from this city. If we have military that's defending the city, we're supporting them. If there are settlers we've purchased or trained and they're going out, we're supporting them. Any improvements that we have a palace, which just says this is our capital. Any specifically happy people. We have a content individual. This will show a lot more when we get more peeps. And then close ends this thing. Food storage. For every X amount of food, when we reach, the numerator reaches the denominator and or spills over, we get a new citizen. We're producing 2 net food. We need 20 for our next citizen, which means 10 turns. In 10 turns, we'll have another person here. Now that we are actually producing science, we get a prompt of what discovery shall our wise men pursue. What I like to aim for immediately is the first governmental type, which is monarchy. And there's a big reason for that. For despotism, let's finish this first. Then we should research alphabet or ceremonial bit. I'm going to click auto research, and it'll automatically select everything I need to get to monarchy. The reason why I want monarchy is 2 real reasons. One, the first one is your income and discoveries greatly heighten from despotism. It's a much more organized form of government. It works more cohesively. There's a ruling body. It works very well. As well, the maximum rate that we can modify things, I believe, goes to 70, which helps as well. So monarchy, I think, is very important for us to springboard into other sciences. Right now, I don't have anything else to do. I haven't produced my units yet. I've already given my research orders. We'll just skip ahead. I'm just clicking right here, end of turn. Okay, we've discovered the alphabet. Just like any other civilization game, this works out fairly straightforward. We research a thing, we get a little prompt saying what this does. This actually allows for new technology. I'm going to hit close. And then it's going to tell me exactly what's next. Ceremonial burial. Now, you can take all the time you want, break apart all these, do min-max, see what's the most important, most valuable to get what earlier, and what have you. I'm a human. I ain't got no energy for that. If ever you wanted to get into this game, you could always hit help to see what the things give. And realistically, just by playing the game a lot, you get a real good feel of what you need. So for example, I'm just gonna... Hold on. Okay. So, what we have here is we have ceremonial burial. This provides a temple. By clicking on the temple, it'll say up to 2 discontent citizens are made content. That is an important thing, and when your city gets 4, 5, 6 people in it, you need a temple. It's just a thing that you just, I don't know. The way I learned this game was just playing it. I played it like to death, and then I realized, like, man, my people are always so angry. What's the problem? And then I went through the tech tree, and I read through all the technologies, and I'm like, oh, that could be incredibly helpful early on. So, anyway, we have our first phalanx. I'm going to produce a second phalanx in case we have anyone that's really jumpity, and I'm going to use this guy to do some exploring. Ceremonial burial, awesome. Monarchy. This game goes, honestly, incredibly quickly if you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. Like, this is all muscle memory for me. So I'm going to fortify you. By fortifying, I'm saying I need you to bunker into this city, and I did that by hitting F. Bunker in the city, use all the defensive capabilities the city has, and give yourself a defensive bonus. That's effectively what's happening. So right now I'm just taking my phalanx here. I could have built a warrior and done some exploring, but I kind of wanted to take a look around and see what's what. Okay, we will get monarchy. Excellent sauce. We built the settler. Okay, let's take a look now that we've trained some units. If I click info, this shows who is being supported by Athens. See, this is where this gets... Oh, no, this is who's here in Athens. I'm sorry. Again, 20 years in the past. We have a settler. We have a phalanx. If I go to support, these are all of the units that Athens is paying and supporting to maintain. Under despotism, I don't think we have to support like the first 3 military units, something like that. Settlers are 1 food and 1 shield. So that's 1 food and 1 shield we're not making anymore. Unless I use this guy to build a new city or something, which I will be doing. Okay? So let's move around a bit more. Now, as I mentioned, what was really important at the beginning of the game was the orientation of how much territory a city can use. It is effectively 2 squares in every direction. Think of it like the way a knight moves in chess. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. You get the idea, right? 2 and then 1, or if you want to think of it the other way, 1, 1, 2. Okay? Very simple. That's how this works. So, to make sure my cities don't overlap each other, I want to make sure this settler is in a place that won't overlap Athens. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Like, this would be a proper spot for me to build the city, and Athens would not be overworked. So Athens is using this water right here, right? So let's do it this way. 1, 2, ding. This would be a safe spot to build it. Let's see. If I'm using this, this would be a safe spot to build it, and I can get this fish. So what we have here are special tiles. I was waiting until we had a few more. But these are tiles that affect... these are specials that affect the tile differently. So under terrain type, if we just go for ocean. Let's just look at ocean real quick. As is, it produces 1 food and 2 trade. Cool. Fish are a special resource. So they provide 3 food, 2 trade. And it also states out increasing the amount of food produced in ocean from 1 to 3. No increase in shields, no increase in trade. But you might want to really aim for special tiles like that to really emphasize growth or production or whatever. That's what makes cities really swim. Ha ha ha. 1, 2, 1. 2, 1. I think that is exactly safe. Oh. I can't get both of them. Are you also just fish? You're also just fish. Okay. I can't get them both without some overlap. So let's just go right there. The wealthiest civilization, the great civilization of the Greeks. I'm glad you agree. Okay, so we've kind of got our own little private island kind of a thing. You will found Sparta. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any visual over here. So even though these 2 tiles here or so are mine, and I've got some tiles up there, I can't see anything. We'll need to be build a trireme? A trireme? I forget what they're called, but it's basically a very small, light ship. Hey, an advanced tribe. Excellent. Okay. Yes, build a phalanx. Okay. Greek wise men have discovered the secret of monarchy. Allows government to the same name. Is there a description? Okay, this just has a bit more of the historical background of a monarchy that doesn't actually tell me what it does differently. So let's go ahead and do... I think map making leads to seafaring, and that gets me a harbor. Harbors allow me more food per ocean tile, and because the Greeks are going to be very well known for their ocean strength, I'm going to need that. All right. So we discovered a new government system called monarchy. We need to cause a revolution to get rid of the old governmental system and in place the new one. I'm going to do not just yet, even though we're totally going to do it. In a revolution, everyone is furious. Nothing gets produced. There is social unrest everywhere, and we effectively can't do research or get anything done. Totally understandable. We're literally throwing off the yoke of the old governmental system. Some people aren't going to be thrilled. So let's go ahead and take a look at despotism where we're at right now. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. The main thing that we care about is each unit above the city size costs 1 shield per turn. So that means if Athens has 3 military people, even though there's only 2 in the city, that's a problem. That's when we'll cost shields. Settlers eat 1 food per turn. Okay, so that's the reason why that settler cost a food and a shield. It was not only one above the... It was not only a settler, but it was also one above the population cap, causing it to consume 1 shield a turn. Up to 3 militaries in each city institute martial law. Each of these makes 1 unhappy citizen content. Despotism has a higher rate of corruption and waste. The farther from the capital, the higher level of corruption. Okay, so this is what I was caring about most. Any terrain square that ordinarily produces 3 or more of any resource produces 1 less, because of waste. Because of despotism's high rate of corruption, it is almost always an inferior form of government. Try to switch to monarchy as soon as possible. That we will. Now, let's take a look at monarchy and see what we're getting our feet, what we're stepping into. I was like, what we're getting our feet into. That sounded weird. Each unit beyond the 3rd costs 1 shield per turn, normal. Settlers eat 1 food per turn. Now, when I say normal, despotism was 1 above the population cap. This one's just any unit beyond the 3rd. So that's an important difference. Up to 3 military units in each city institute martial law. Fair enough. Monarchy is a moderate rate amount of corruption and waste. The farther it is from your capital, higher level of corruption. Okay. Under monarchy, 70% is our limit. Monarchy is an excellent form of government for young civilization. So this doesn't limit any of our production. Despotism distinctly limited our production, saying very verbatim, any terrain that ordinarily produces 3 or more produces 1 less. And that really hurts trade specifically. You can get a ton of trade out of the ocean, but that's where that hurts. So we're going to Kingdom, Revolution. We will overthrow Greek despotism, yes. The Greeks are revolting. Citizens demand new government. We're going to be taking a couple of turns where we're going to be doing pretty much nothing because everyone's going to be very irritated that we're changing governments. Understood. After a couple of turns, we'll get a prompt asking which government system we would like to convert to. The conversion's complete. So it greatly simplifies the idea of an entire governmental system being overthrown. Let's just go ahead and do some more exploring while we wait. Holy crap, somebody already lost? Wow. Okay, so we get to choose our government. We'll choose monarchy. And not much here has changed, to be honest. Not much really here. We have an income now, so we're producing 1 extra trade. Big deal. But not much here will change. It'll be a lot more evident as we get farther. So get to monarchy as soon as you can. It's kind of my 2 cents. I like how this says newspaper, and we haven't figured out the newspaper yet. Anyway, Alexander proclaimed king of the new Greek monarchy. Now from here, we're going to get a bunch of other options on exactly what we should be playing at in terms of government types. Let's do another phalanx, and then we'll go back to settlers. You can go the more democratic republic route. You can go the more fundamentalism or communism route. Each has their own positives and negatives depending on how you like to play the game. I guess as a rule of thumb, fundamentalism and communism are better for being more militaristic because they don't suffer nearly as many penalties as a republic or a democracy. Democracy is absolutely awful if you want to be a war nation. you've got. I'm not even gonna get into it. We're not even gonna get into it. It's bad. Communism is a lot more streamlined in those regards, and fundamentalism is also fairly streamlined in terms of warfare. Athens builds settlers. Cool. Just keep cranking out settlers. My MO with this game is spread out as hard as you can. Okay, so let's figure out where in the heck. So that bush right there. I think right here would be a safe spot, right? 1, 2, dink. 1, 2, dink. 1, 2, dink. Yes, that's a perfect spot, actually. Hi, right there. Every time I build a settler, it actually takes a population from the city. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to really spread out my roots real wide. Really, really wide. And then I'll start ramping into production, and I'll have a lot more of a production base than other players. That's my thought, anyway. Let's go pottery. Pottery allows me granaries, and granaries allow me to get more more people faster. Okay, fortify. Build Corinth. You'll build phalanx. Sparta has 2 phalanx, so now you're going to build me up a settler. Oh, can I build that trireme yet? Trireme. Yes, I don't need it for long. Pottery, excellent. Allows granary and hanging gardens. Oh, I needed that for seafaring. Boop. Cool. You already have 2 phalanx. Awesome. Build a settler. So this is how, like, it kind of snowballs, right? I build one city, it builds its defensive parameters of phalanx, and then it builds a settler or 2, and then switches to actual production stuff. This way I can keep the flow really, really, quickly in how I'm expanding. And I'm expanding in a very controlled manner. Athens builds settlers. I want... No, it's good. I need you to switch to actual production-y things. So we have units. We have improvements. And that's these structures here. We also have wonders of the world. The game takes about, what is it? 30 some odd wonders of the world. And these are effectively structures that you build. They take a ton of resources to do so. But once you do, they have a really, really awesome advantage. So, for example, the Colossus of Rhodes is one of my favorite. City produces 1 extra trade arrow in each square that already produces one. This is a very awesome way to get a good jump start on being a sea trading nation. Considering, let me just take, for example, let's just say temple. Take you over here. Yeah, see, there we go. So 2 trade right off the bat. I don't get trade really on any of these tiles without some sort of improvement. So a lot of trade out the gate is pretty freaking cool. Let's just do a temple right now. Now, what I'm going to do with this guy is what I can is, as I mentioned before, I can build cities with settlers. What I can also do are tile improvements. The basic tile improvements are mine, irrigate, road, and terraform. There's also fortress and radio or airstrip. Airstrip requires radio, something like that. So there's a bunch of things, but for right now we care about irrigating so we get more food, building roads so we get more trade, and setting up mines so we get more production, more shields. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at this item here. This terrain type of... Is it corn? What is it? What is it called? Oh, that's wheat? Okay, whatever, wheat. Increase the amount of food produced in plains from 1 to 3. No increase, no increase. So plains. So what I clicked on is plains, and I wanted to see what can I do that will modify this to my advantage. Well, if I irrigate it, I get +1 food on top of that. If I add a road, I get +1 trade. So I want to irrigate and road that tile. Now, I could set up my dudes to automatic. That's not a problem. I could set them to, like, auto do your thing. But the problem is they don't really set a good priority on what the heck they should be doing. And that kind of irritates me a bunch. Oh, crap. I think I'm on my own thing. And I'm the happiest. Awesome. So we've irrigated it. And we're going to build a road. I need you to build me the settler types. Oh! The Americans have undertaken a great project, the pyramids. Damn. The pyramids is awesome because it puts a granary in every one of your cities for free. And that really saves on early production. I would like to get to philosophy. Philosophy is another one I like to aim to. The first person to research philosophy gets 1 free technology. Oh yeah, we're on our own thing. Awesome. That looks like Spanish to me. Okay, so I've irrigated and roaded this wheat tile. There we go. 4 food and a trade. So I've greatly expanded how capable this tile itself is. Now, oh, what else was I going to say? There's so many things I want to talk about. The good thing is these are plains, so they produce 1 shield. Let's go ahead and build a road to Sparta. Okay, Corinth. Settler, yep. Fortify. Oh, this must be Aztec. Yep, I am on my own little island. Cool. I'm gonna guess it's... okay. You are gonna build more settlers like crazy. Is this Aztec? Who is this? Aztec. Okay, I was right. Okay, you... Okay, so 1, 2... I want to maximize as much area as I can on this, and I want to bunker this up really, really hard. Let's see here. Just counting is easier. 1, 2, splat. So I think here would be ideal. 1, 2, splat. You don't have the mountain. You don't have the mountain. That spot would be perfect. Right there. So, who's next? Athens builds temple. Awesome. So now with all this food, we're getting a ton of stuff going on. Let's see. Hanging Gardens is cool. One of the things that's kind of dangerous about Wonders is they actually expire in this game. I don't recall them expiring in Civ 5 or anything else, but this one is the Hanging Gardens. It requires pottery, which we have. It has a cost in shields like everything else does. 1 extra happy citizen in every city is nice. It adds a bunch of extra stuff that I don't have to really worry about. Oh, here's all the Wonders too. I'm not counting that. Let's just say it's 36. Or 30. 31. Let's say it's 31. I don't have the pyramids that I can build. 15 turns. Could I get Colossus? Let's work on Colossus. Okay. I gotta be careful with this trireme because it is not an ocean vessel. Okay, so I roaded this forest. I didn't get anything for my time, just the movement benefits. Let's see what I could do with a forest to make it more effective. Food, 2 shields, which is good. It cannot be mined. I can irrigate it to turn into plains, which I don't really want to do. I want those shields. It'll turn into a grassland. Okay. Is there anything I can do with this if I need more shields? Terrain types. Plains. I can mine it into a forest. Okay, so if I need to do some real production, because I don't have any mines here. Mines are best on, like, hills are probably the best. They give you the most shields. I don't really have anything as it stands right now, so that's kind of a bummer. But that's okay. You can just go home. Delphi, wonderful. A bunch of shields right out the gate. I like that. $300,000 citizens. Wonderful. I'm gonna risk it. Philosophy, awesome. Actually, I'm not gonna risk it. Aztecs have taken on pyramids. Okay, interesting. The trireme is really dangerous, as I was saying, is if you get away from coastal territory, there's a high chance you'll just lose the boat. You'll just say, oh, it was lost to time, or whatever. The lighthouse and other upgrades can make that not happen. But still. Cool, we have more settlers. Sparta, that's all I wanted you to do. Please build a temple. So for Sparta, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to automate settler. Just get it going on. Just for Corinth, I wanted you to actually build somewhere. 1, 2, 1, 2. Like right here would be ideal. Right there. Oh, I think I'm too far. Thermopylae has built settlers. Build me another settler. I'm going to micromanage you a little bit. You can't irrigate a tile unless it's next to water. Don't worry about fresh water, salt water, none of that crap matters. Delphi, fortify. Now, I know in other Civilization games, it's a really, really, really bad move to build a lot of... Bad move to build a lot of cities. What happens is people just get furious with you. In this case, there's none of that. There's no global happiness. There's no national happiness. Happiness is on a per-city basis, so you can just go absolutely ape and do whatever you want. Mysticism increases effects of temples. Wonderful. Let's get currency, because I want to get into trade, like, immediately. Let's see here. You're from Athens. I'm tempted to just automate you as well. I got the main... There's, like, always 2 or 3 tiles I want to make sure that I get first. Actually, come here. For, like, every city before I tell it to automate, because the automate helps, but sometimes it's just a lot easier for me to just do it myself. Oh, damn. I didn't mean to move you. I'm not seeing a lot of production items. What I'm seeing is a lot of agricultural items in terms of the special bonuses. Now, one more thing about the bonuses that's really, really cool in my opinion. When you have a specialty tile... Oh, hold on. Currency, awesome. I want trade. No, let's... Yeah. When you have a specialty tile, what that really means is there is always going to be something unique about this spot. In this case, we have our wheat, for example, or the beaver pelts. What is it called? Furs. If we terraform this tile, it will still be something special, no matter what it is. The game just says in the seed, this is a special resource. Whatever tile this is, that's what it's going to be. That's how it operates. It's interesting. It's interesting how that works, but that's just literally how it works. I'm going to move you over here. That's the second for Delphi. I want a settler. And we're going to continue over here. Irrigate. Oh, yeah. Fortify. Oh no, what the crap? Whoops, okay. Well, I just attacked somebody, and they died anyway. Alright, that was interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna control this from now on. French destroyed by the Russians. Wow. Excellent. Zoom to city. I think that's enough out of you. Temple, please. We're going to mine these hills, and let's just talk about that. You can irrigate hills, but it's dumb. So hills produce 1 food, no shields. If we irrigate them, they'll produce 2 food. If we mine them, they'll produce 1 food and 3 shields. Very, very, very big help in terms of our industry. Is this supporting 2 settlers? Okay, and it still can. I want you to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Like there would be good. Is that coal? What is this? Oh no, it's just the forest tile. It just looks weird. Okay. 1, 2, 2. I guess right there would be perfect. Man, I could not have asked for a better start. My own little island. This is great. This is great. Okay. What you might also see and notice are these little shield icons that are on these grasslands. Grasslands don't make shields unless they have that little shield icon. See, 2 food comes out of a grassland. If you irrigate it, it's 3 food. Mine it, turns into a forest, okay? But possible resources, grassland, shield. It designate that it actually has industrial value. So that's an important thing to note. Even though, again, we don't have hills, we don't have mountains, we don't really have anything, we still have industrial value here. Okay, literacy. Republic is the next governmental type. I'm gonna wait on that. Actually, let's do masonry, and let's take a look at Republic. Each unit costs 1 shield per turn, bar none. So that takes a big chunk out of my industry, which is dangerous. Settlers eat 2 food per turn. Not terrible. It's not too bad. Each food beyond the first unit that is not in a friendly city or a fortress within 3 squares of friendly city causes 1 citizen in its home city to become unhappy. Republics experience a low rate of corruption and waste. The farther a city is from your capital, the higher level of corruption. Under Republic, tax, luxury, science cannot be higher than 80%. Your Senate may force a peaceful solution in a conflict. That's what I'm talking about. Republic and democracy have this, that if you're fighting a long time war against someone, the Republic can literally come in and say, nope, we signed a ceasefire behind your back. You're done. And in your mind, as a human, you might be, dude, WTF, I had strats, I had tactics, I had everything going, we had all the artillery on their front. This is bullcrap. That can happen. Okay. Switching to a Republic can give an astonishing boost to your science and luxury revenues, although you'll probably be forced to shift some trade to luxuries in order to prevent unhappiness. That's an important thing. Republics make it difficult and expensive to keep a sizable army in the field, but building certain improvements and wonders can help alleviate this problem. If you're playing heavy science, and you want to get to Alpha Centauri on the quick fast, Republic and democracy can be amazing, but as the tooltip stated, it's dangerous. Because now a lot of your income doesn't get to science, it gets to luxury. And you've got to spend a lot of time keeping people happy, and it becomes a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. We're going to irrigate a few more tiles, and then I think I'm going to mine up a few tiles so we get some forests. Build. Phalanx, awesome. You're going to mine that. You're going to irrigate that. The Colossus. Really? Aren't I building the Colossus? I am. 12 turns. If they can finish it in 12 turns, good for them. Just good for them. I'll have nothing else to say. I love all these cities. I love that we're able to expand early. Russians with Colossus. Okay. Whatever, dudes. Corinth builds temple. Excellent. Switching over to Republic is even more dangerous if you don't have at least a few things in your pocket in terms of temples or the Colosseum or stuff like that. That's where that gets dangerous. Okay, I would really love it if we could research trade. Let's go library. I don't have city walls yet. City walls are usually one of the things I want to go for. Let's just build granaries. I'm not going to build the pyramids. Someone else started that like forever ago. Delphi, settlers, excellent. Temple for you. And what can we do with this tile? Does F1 do anything? Okay, it does that. There's a lot of cool charts and graphs and advisors and tips and stuff, but I know how to play the game, so I'm not really caring too much. What is this? This is Tundra. What can I do with Tundra that won't ruin it? I can irrigate it. I can terraform it later and turn it into a desert. That sounds stupid. Okay, so let's just irrigate it, I guess. Yeah, that seems legit. Masonry. Pyramids, palace, great walls, city wall. philosophy. Sparta builds granary. Excellent. I would like you to start building... none of these really appeal to me too much, to be honest. Let's go science hard, I guess. Thermopylae. I'll just butcher everything I'm going to say today. It's fine. Thram jam scamam. Okay, so we're gonna get plenty of food and trade from the ocean. So I think I'm gonna wanna mine up. Okay, is Sparta pretty much taken care of? There's one more tile I can do anything with for Sparta. And I'm gonna mine it up. So I'm gonna build a road first. Aztecs have nearly completed the pyramids. That's fine. Barbarian raiding party lands near Athens. Citizens are alarmed. Techno chocolate builds pyramids. Americans have changed to hanging gardens. Aztecs have changed project to Great Library. Okay, what are you? You are barbarian archers. I think archers have a defensive of 2. Let's see how they do against my city. I have 2 phalanx. Let's see what happens. Let's talk about that. Every time a city is attacked, if the defender loses, you lose 1 population, and you lose whatever military was defending. That's how that works. Shucks deluxe, I know. Okay, I won. Nothing happened to my city. Cool. I think I want you to build another one. 2. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get this whale. I should have moved this over 1 more, and then I would have gotten the whale, which was more important. The problem is if I build it anywhere, I'm going to be blocking... I guess... 2 tiles? Are you worth 2 tiles of loss? Terrain types... Whales... Whoa. Yes, it's worth it. Right? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let's see something else, because I might be blocking this too. Yeah, this is too much overlap. I think this is too much of a waste. So if you go... And there's no way I can get this... 1, 2, 1. If I build it here... 1, 2, 2. Yes, I can get both. Awesome sauce. Okay, I have to build right there, though. So that's no problem. Go there. Athens builds the Colossus of Rhodes. Excellent sauce. So, every single tile we have 1 trade, it produces another trade. And that really freaking helps. We're going to go library. Want to maximize my science if I'm able to. You are going to build a settler. So in this way I'm playing, every single city supports 1 settler. Cool. We've researched philosophy. Free civilization advance for the first civilization to discover. The golden age of philosophy begins in the Greek city of Athens. Greek now I made fun of myself, now I can't say it. Awesome thinkers articulate scientific, moral, and metaphysical systems which endure for centuries to come. They're just not going to say the word. I would like trade. And I get trade for free because philosophy. I'm not interested in Republic. I'm interested in construction. Now, a couple things we could do now that we have trade. The info chart up here changes. We have now a supplies and a demands. The supplies and demands are, I guess, randomly generated. I don't really know how else to say it. But each city has their own supplies and demands. If we take a city that has the supplies. Okay, so let's pick Sparta. Sparta supplies beads, salt, and cloth. Okay. This city needs beads. If we take beads from here and take it here, we can build a trade route. That trade route produces additional trade. That's it. I thought I had more to say, but that's it. So we're going to build the library, and then we're going to start building caravans and start building trade routes in between all of our cities, and that'll just really add free trade. It's awesome. Okay. How awesome is this tile now? Wow, 4 trade, 3 food right there. That's bananas. I mean, it's furs, but still bananas. Okay. Rivers, I think it just irrigate and erode those things. That's not what I wanted. Terrain types. River. Is it called a river? What is this called? Grassland river. Okay, so maybe I've got to look at grassland and see what it says about river. Nope. Grassland shield, grassland. Huh, okay. Well, there's one better way to find out. This produces a food, a shield, a trade. This produces 2 food. So it turns a food into a shield and a trade. That's what happens. Okay, I already wrote that. Awesome. Americans have nearly completed Hanging Gardens. We have our granary. Awesome. I would like caravans. Another thing you could do about caravans... Hold on. Another cool thing you could do about caravans is you can send them to a city that is currently working on a wonder. And you can have them build the wonder faster. That was loud. Road. Temples. Excellent. We are really getting the fundamental stuff done here. You can wait on a caravan. That's going to take you forever. Sparta builds library. Caravan. Mine that. Ooh, okay. So I had a loss here. That means exactly what I said before. I lost a population, and I lost my phalanx. So that freaking sucks. Let's get warrior code. I think I need more defensive things. Activate and close the screen. Attack. Okay, cool. I won. And he veteranized. So there's a certain percentage of a chance that after a victorious combat, your troops will veteranize. There's other things you can build that force veteranization, like a barracks. But either way. I need a caravan out of you. Okay. This is going to change to... actually, let's buy this. Oh, you can finish things up with gold? I need you to be working on a phalanx, like, immediately. I can't build a road on a river because I don't have the secret bridge building. Okay, that's fine. Oh boy, a lighthouse. Let's see here. I think that's all the settler I need you to make. Start with a temple, and we'll just level up like we always do. Okay, we have our first caravan. There's 2 real things we need to consider when we're thinking about what we're going to load this puppy on with. What it's carrying, meaning, does the other place we're taking it to demand that item? And the second thing is the distance. So let's see. Let's just choose cloth. I have 3 cities that supply cloth. That doesn't help. What about salt? None of my cities demand salt. That sucks. What about gems? Athens demands gems. Okay, so we have this city here, and all the way on the other side, this city here. Perfect. Gems it is. Confirmed. Now, I need you to switch over immediately to another phalanx, and we need to start building up our city walls. I'm just going to give you the go order, and you'll figure out the best way there. Let's get you going. Okay, I think Sparta is complete. We're going to go to Athens. Where did you come from? Okay. Okay, all good. I would like you to build a caravan. Do you have enough wacky crap? Wool and copper is different, so that's good. Let's do that. Road this. Oh, we're the 3rd most powerful, and most of that's just because of our defensive army. Mine that. Road that. Okay, Sparta. Does anyone need cloth? Nope. Does anyone need salt? Nope. Does anyone need beads? What is the farthest one? Knossos needs beads. Okay. Beads it is. Confirmed. I am changing you to city walls. Athens builds library. Amazing. Let's go granary. And let's see, how are we on food? Are we like always abundant on the food? I think we will be once we build a harbor. So let's mine this up. You go there. Okay. And we have a second phalanx. You are going to go city wall. Always, always, always have 2 units. That's always my recommendation when playing a game like this. In later Civilization games, I think you can only have 1 dude per tile or something. In this case, yeah. Double it up, triple it up, whatever. What I think I'm going to do here is we're coming around the hour mark. I wouldn't mind a bit of a stretch. Get up, walk around, move around, whatever. Really, really amazing start here for the Greek Empire. I'm really happy that's, what, 2, 4, 6, 8 cities? That's awesome. Not really being interrupted, getting all of our infrastructure done. Everything's looking good. Is there, like, charts? That's not what I want. I was hoping there was civilization advancements. No. I thought there was, like, compare yourself to everyone else, and the only way really to do that is to quit, I think. Like, you can retire. Wonders of the world. Oh, top 5 cities. Cool, I'm in the top 5. Wow. Oh, it's probably the top because of how happy they are with the hanging gardens and crap. Anywho. Neat. Civilization score? No, that's not what I wanted. Anywho, yep, let's call us a break here. Thank you all for joining me. Name's John Megacycle. A real good start here for Civilization 2. Really, I'm just so happy. It's so nice. It's like an old friend. You come back to a game like this and you really just dig right in. It's like all the muscle memory. It's like, oh yeah, do that, do this, do that, and whatever. So, thanks again for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.